We joined SeaWorld Orlando for a hard hat construction tour of Penguin Trek, the new for 2024 B&M family launch coaster. During the tour, we got a first look inside Penguin Trek's show building, a close-up look at the ride track, and heard more about updates coming to the Antarctica realm this spring.
Again, good afternoon. Welcome to Antarctica. This is our newest attraction, Penguin Trek, and we're so excited to have you here today. We're going to give you a construction tour, give you a little behind the scenes of what's going on, what you've been seeing over the fence and through the fence and from the sky and everywhere else that you can see it. Now you get a little bit of an inside look. So we're excited to share that with you. Where we are right now in the project is we've come quite a long way outside. You've noticed that all of our track is in place. We're doing a lot of the work inside, so you haven't been able to see a lot of that progress. So we're happy that today we get to show you how far we've come inside. Along with the Penguin Trek ride, we're also taking one of my favorite places in the park, Antarctica, and we're bringing it back to a refreshed, a beautiful state, really embracing this area of the park that I love so much. And you've noticed that we've done some demolition, which really actually opens up the space a lot more. As you look around, you'll notice that guests will flow more freely through this space. We're going to have more seating for our dining here with shade. And as we walk through this, I'm going to point out some things. To your left is the new exit retail store. So our ride will have, in addition to Glacial Collections behind it, a new exit retail store. It's going to be themed along with the ride. The theme of this ride has a very expeditionary feel. So imagine we've had Antarctica here for over a decade now, and the explorers have had some time. They've built things, they've moved in, so we're a little bit more established in our outpost. And so what you'll see in the theming is, in addition to all the ice, the glaciers, and rocks, and things that you're used to in Antarctica, you're going to see corrugated metal textures, what you think of as expeditionary structures that are built into the ice and onto the ice, and so they extend what's happening inside to the outside. So all these new things that we're adding are giving you that additional feel that brings this whole place back to life, and also just refreshing all the ice and the scenic that you see around. So you're really going to have a sense of place when you come here. So over here we're going to have a new walk-up bar, and if you've ever seen like a Fat Tuesday style bar where you have frozen drinks, so it's that sort of thing, get frozen drink in Antarctica. It's really cool. And we're going to have craft beers and other bottles and cans type drinks, in addition to a new market on the inside and a whole refresh. So this very popular cafe is going to be much cooler, much more fun with frozen drinks. I hear her voice, Amy. All right, everybody, welcome to Stop 2 on our expedition today here in Antarctica. So here, this is the track that you've all been seeing from outside of the fence. We're so happy to show you what it's like. This pathway that you're on today connects you to Pacific Point, where you can feed the sea lions. And back on the other side is Voyager's Cafe and the main part of the park. So this is a pathway that was previously existing, but now, as you can see, there is so much more to see as you go on the Penguin Trek. This behind me is Launch 1. And we have some images here I'm going to refer to, but Launch 1 is where you escape the icy barrel inside. So you come out of what we call the show box, and you launch out at 31 miles per hour into this turn. This is an awesome view. I think it's going to be a great experience for guests both on the ride and off the ride. It really adds a lot of life to this area. And as you can see, we're starting to plan our landscaping out here and adding to the plant palette that gives you a little bit of a mix of what is adjacent to us at Sea Lion Outdoor Stadium and the more evergreen palette that we have near Antarctica. So we're blending the areas as they all come together. To my left here, these are some of the images that we're going to see as we go inside. This is concept art for all the rock work and the scenic that you're going to see inside the building on our next stop. But you'll see on the launch coming out, our next stop will have something inside the launch. So you're going to see what happens just before you fly out of the building. So some of the big things we want to capture in this view is what you see as you leave the station. So we'll walk you by this in just a moment, but here you have great lighting, so I'd encourage you to take photos of this. So as we leave the station, we're going to see where our explorers have stopped. This is about as far as humans have gone on that journey. Now we're going to be on our snowmobile train, so we have a special little extra edge with our transportation, and we're going to cruise right by this. And after this, we're going to have a huge vista view where we get to see the penguins in their natural habitat. Now the look and feel of this ride is entirely different from what we had before. You may remember from the previous ride, we were on a journey with Puck, who was a character that we created to symbolize, that birth and growth of a penguin in the wild. But here, the theming is very natural, and it's about us as explorers going out to see penguins in their natural habitat. So the look and the feel and the textures, everything we're doing here is to create that feeling of an expedition with real penguins in their real environment. And as you well know, this will all lead you to our habitat, which is a world-class representation of a natural penguin habitat. This is the show box, as we call it. So, as we said before, this is an indoor-outdoor ride. You start out in the station as you begin your expedition. First place you dispatch into is over here, just behind you to my left. So that area I was showing you with the snowmobiles, and where we are today is basically right here. So if you see this U-turn, this little cutoff from the rendering, but on the right-hand side, that's where you've made the entrance into this room. So you've gone just past those snowmobiles, and so at this point, you are farther than anyone's gone on foot, right? So you've made it here in our snowmobile train, and where you stand today, it's going to be a giant screen. So if you look beneath you, you're going to see kind of a piece of tape on the ground that resembles where the screen is going to go. So this screen is nearly floor to ceiling. It is massive. And so the view that you see as you come around that corner gives you a huge vista view. So you've been inside of a rock tunnel, and you come out and you see this huge opening in the rock, and you're looking out into the ice, and you see the horizon and the penguins, and it's a beautiful view of the natural environment of the penguins. Now, this is where it gets a little scary. So as you see right here where I'm pointing to the lower right, as you made that turn, things start getting a little treacherous, and so you'll see warnings of falling ice, and the ice is looking a little bit unsteady and uncertain. And so you'll go into a little bit of a quick dive and turn into this dark area, and you'll come back around into a quick escape to where you're getting into a narrowing tunnel, and you're seeing things get scarier and scarier and scarier until you launch right out. And so it's a really cool environment where we've come around the corner, we're seeing the penguins in what really appears to be real life, and we're coming around. We've made a dark journey into the cave, and we've come out and launched safely and had a great time all the way back to the station where we re-enter the research station here at Sea Station Antarctica, and then we exit out, and you'll have an opportunity to see the penguins in their natural environment here at our exhibit.